Good evening. Just getting things set up and get going here. Waiting for some people to jump on. It's 8 o'clock. This is Rita with Rita's Wreath Barn, ready to go live and make something new and pretty tonight. So comment and let me know when you drop in so I know who's here and where you're from. Hello, Sean. Welcome. Michigan. All right. You guys got snow up there? Yeah? I know the Midwest has been getting hit pretty good lately. So it's been cool and kind of rainy here in West Texas, but not too bad. Actually, our temperatures were up. Hi, Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa's from San Antonio. She's my business buddy over there. Welcome. We're just trying to get things set up. I set up a little bit different tonight. Again, I'm using the iPad here, and then I've got my phone to try to watch comments. So y'all have to bear with me. We're using different setups here each week to try to figure out. Not at all, but in the 40s with some rain. Oh, wow, Sean, that is pretty good for Michigan at this time of year. Well, glad you're not snowed in for the Christmas holiday anyway, in case you're traveling or whatever your Christmas parties or whatever you're doing. So that's good. We'll see if a few more people are going to jump on here, and then I'll show you guys what we're going to do tonight. If you saw my post yesterday and actually today, oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I switched around a little bit. Last week I used the phone over on my camera on my mount, and I could not even see that because it's so small. So I switched out again tonight. Put the tripod up with the iPad. So I'm going to use the phone now to check on my comments. Hopefully I can see them. They're small on the phone, and it's really hard to see, especially when you're working. So I'm hoping that you'll have a little bit bigger picture tonight, a little bit better view. So anyway, we're going to keep working on that week by week until we kind of get it organized a little more. But I'm glad you guys are dropping in here with me, and I sent out some notices today. For those of you, there's been some asking and sending me messages about alerts. So I'll let you guys know that my bot is hopefully up and running now. So if you would like to know when I'm going to go live, if you would in the comments just write alert or live alerts or something to that effect, you should get a little notice, and it will say get started, and then you just type in live or whatever it directs you to do, and then you'll be notified, and you'll get a little message when I'm going live each time. And I would appreciate y'all doing that, and that way you can keep up. Right now I'm doing lives on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock on Central Time. That may change, or we may do more than one a week. It just depends on how the new year rolls in, and how we can get set up here to do that. We're kind of still filling out our timing and our scheduling, because you know, when you're new to doing the lives, you got to work it in with your own life and everyday things that you have to do. So anyway, I thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate that, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do tonight. I posted that we're going to do something black and white, because I don't know, I just felt like it was approaching the new year, and everybody's kind of burned out on a lot of the Christmas wreaths and colors and things like that. And I know it looks like we're going to do Christmas tonight because I have a red wreath form, but it's going to be a little bit different. So I thought we're going to start off with this and add something to it. I like color. Hi, Miss Sandy. Oh, I'm glad you got in. I had trouble getting in myself, trying to set my camera up over there. So I thought I was going to run late because I couldn't get it to going right. And y'all, let me just tell you, crazy as I am, trying to set up earlier this evening, and I was setting up the tripod and the iPad, and I had it locked in, and for some reason it slipped out of there and dropped my iPad on the floor, made such a clatter and a calamity. And I am so thankful that it didn't bust it, because it could have very easily. So, well, Sandy, I'm glad that you got connected and you're here with me. Sandy's my craft buddy too, and she helps me out. She'll be answering, probably fielding a lot of the questions, and Lisa may help her too, because they kind of know me and usually know some of the answers. They're wreathers, and so they help me out. Hey, Miss Cindy. Miss Cindy helps answer questions too. That's North Carolina checking in, and Miss Sandy's from Colorado. And so we're getting them a little bit from everywhere here. So thank y'all for jumping on. Kathy, hello. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. I certainly appreciate that. I appreciate you all if you would just share and like my page. And I don't know if y'all saw my message. You can see it on my Facebook page, business page, Rita's Wreath Barn. That I do have a YouTube channel now, and I've got a couple of videos up there. This video tonight will get up there. Hopefully tomorrow it will get up there. So I will try to post the comment. I will pin the comment after I get done tonight. I didn't do it beforehand, but I'll try to pin the comment in here. If you don't, but you can go to my Rita's Wreath Barn page and find the link, because it's got a little picture up there of one of my wreaths, and it talks about my channel on YouTube. So if you just click on that link, and you would please go and subscribe to my link on the YouTube channel, I certainly would appreciate that. So yes, I'm glad it didn't break too, Sandy. It scared me to death. Even my husband come flying out of the hall and said, "What is going on in there?" And I said, "I dropped my iPad." So thank God it did not break. But let me just show y'all. I'm going to put this down and show y'all what I'm going to do tonight. Like I said, we're starting with a red wreath form. This is a 16-inch form. And I do count these, because some places, depends on what size you get or where you get them, they're different. Most of the wreath forms are 15-inch, and they have 18 ties. This one, however, even though it's larger in circumference, it's a 16-inch, but it only has 16 ties. That makes a difference on how you cut your mesh and your ribbons and the size that you're going to get. So you generally will add up to about 8 inches to the wreath when it's done. And this may be a little fat wreath tonight, because I said I wanted to do something black and white, because I don't know, sometimes as a wreather or a crafter, and you crafty people out there know that if you get an idea in your head, you just got to somehow do it. I've never done these colors together before, but we're going to wing it tonight, and we're going to see how it comes out. So y'all will be as surprised as I am at the finished product. But I'm starting with the red wreath, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. That is a pencil wreath, and let me show you the ribbons that I pulled out and the mesh. Here's the black and white. The checkerboard, black and white. That's what we're starting with. I've got a bundle of them cut right here. These are 10-inch mesh rolls, and I cut them into 30-inch long pieces. 30 inches is how I cut them. That's off of a 10-inch wide roll, a 10 by 10 roll, and I cut them. Now you will need 2 rolls of that if you plan on doing the ruffle method, because you cut them longer than you normally would just to intermingle ruffles in with a poof or something. Because I'm going to do all ruffles. There's going to be no poof tonight, just all ruffles, and it's 30 inches. This is a really nice polydeco mesh, and I believe that it came from Hobby Lobby, actually. You can get the same thing at Craft Outlet and other places. It's a really soft mesh. It has a nice firmness, but it's really soft and easy to ruffle, so I like that. Some of them are really stiff, and they're hard to ruffle, and they don't flow as well, but this is a really nice mesh. So we're going to go black and white, just like I said. You know, I think black and white just kind of screams New Year's or New Year's Eve or your party things. Everybody's dressed in black and white attire. So that's kind of the thing that we're going on tonight. And here's my ribbons. Now I'm breaking my own rule. Not that there's any rules in crafting, because there's not. You do whatever you feel in your heart. And I'm going with 2 ribbons tonight. I normally always do 3. That's just my thing. That's how I like to roll. But I love this black and white polka dot, and I thought it would just look great with this checkerboard. Don't y'all think? You like that? And I wanted a pop of color because I'm a color freak. I love color. And I thought, what better than to use the red to pop off? So we were using a little red stripe. And we're going to make that our accent shade. So we have these 2 color ribbons that we're going to play with. And let me show you the sign. However, we are going to intermingle a 3rd color of ribbon when we get to the bow, because I like to have something just a little bit extra and a little bit different when it comes to the bow. Here's my sign that I chose tonight, and this was kind of my, besides the black and white, which I've had in my brain for weeks, and I've had this stuff laying over here and saying, what am I going to put with it? And so I decided to pop out the red. Well, this sign I bought at Hobby Lobby. Now, I don't know if it's backwards for y'all or not, and I may not have hit the right button over there for y'all to see this. But it says, climb every mountain, and it has a mountain range right here. It was all black and white, just like my mesh. However, being a crafty person that I am, I can't leave well enough alone. So I had to go in there and take my paint pens, and I added the red in there myself and just kind of outlined it. Y'all can do the same, or you can do whatever you want. You can draw anything. You can add some pops of color or edge it on the outside with the red or whatever colors that you might choose to use. But I really did like this sign, and I think it speaks a great message, climb every mountain. So I think that gives some encouragement to people. I loved the sign when I saw it, and I bought that a while back, and I said, I got to use this somehow. So, and I thought, well, this is so boring with just the black and white. So I popped the red in. So that's why we're doing the red in the sign. That's why we have the red wreath form, and I added the red to this. And I thought at the end that, like I said, we're going to add a little extra color by probably adding in some of this black and white right here. And it's kind of like a little houndstooth. It's not really a check, but it is a little bit. And I found in my stash some roses. If we want to add a little pop of extra, I wanted to bring the black and the white and the red and let them come to life. So when we get the sign on, get everything finished, we may just add these in somehow and put those together. So that's where we are with the color formation. And I'm going to plug in my glue gun right now because last week I forgot. So I'm going to plug it in right now so it will be ready when we're ready. Let me see who else jumped on here. Joy and Velia. Okay, what size is that cross behind me? You know, you guys probably saw my video a couple of weeks ago when I did that purple cross, and it was 27 inch. And at the end, I showed this one, and it is the same one. It's 27 inches, but the frame was 27. It's definitely more than that now. When you put all the stuff on it, it will add some length and some width. So this was the gold one. I did show it at the end, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I've had so many wonderful comments on that one, and I moved the purple one across the room because you guys got to see it last week. So I hung the gold one there. So thank you for asking, and I hope you love it as much as I do. So let's see who's joined us. Is that Velia? Is that the way you pronounce that? Who wanted to know about the cross? Hi to you. Welcome. And let's see who else has joined us. I'm having trouble seeing all these things here. Y'all forgive me if I don't see all your names, but I'm trying to watch as we do here. Let's get ready and get working on this wreath. Welcome to all of you. And as we're talking, I will let you know once again, please share this video. I would certainly appreciate any sharing that you could do, and to like my page, Rita's Wreath Barn. And just in case you don't know and you haven't been watching, my slogan here is at Rita's Wreath Barn that it's always feeding time at the barn, and we want to feed your craft cravings. That's why we're here, to hopefully show some fun things that you might not see otherwise, and maybe give you some helpful hints. and maybe if you're a new crafter, maybe give you some ideas, and just have some fun together, because that's what crafters like to do, just join in and help each other and have fun and just create something pretty. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're taking these 30-inch ruffles, or 30-inch pieces, and we're going to ruffle them, and you just put them down and you just kind of wiggle your fingers and push and pull that mesh toward you, and as you pull it toward you, just gather it up like a little fan or a little bow, and that's what it's going to look like. And here I'm going to start right here at the bottom, and I'm just going to tie this in, and I'm going to tie it sideways like a bow would normally look. I'm not going to tie it up and down. I'm going to tie it that way, and just as we go along, it will ruffle it up. So that's what it's going to look like. And I know this is a big wreath, but it will fill up, because these 30-inch pieces, when you get all these in here, they will really make it full and nice and poofy. I like to turn the edge in just so that when I turn that edge in, there won't be any raw edges sticking out, because this stuff does fray. Any of you who work with the mesh know that it does. It's just a fallacy of the product. That's just what it does. We all kind of have to work our way through that and trim off little pieces that may pull out, but that's okay. Your finished product will be wonderful. And you just kind of pull these up on each other and make sure that they're poofing out. And speaking of strings, I'm caught on one right there. All right. I'm glad you guys are talking amongst each other there, in case I miss your comments, because it's hard to look at that little thing. I have to watch what I'm doing here to get this together. I want to, for those of you who just might have joined us just now, to let you know once again, I just got the alert bot set up today. I know I've had people asking me, commenting and messaging me, and hi Casey, how are you? And everybody's been wanting to know when we can find out when I'm going to go live again. Well, now you can. So if you will just, in your comments tonight, just type live, and you should get a little message from the bot, and the messenger bot. You should get a little message, and once you type in that, then once you get that message, you'll just click on the get started, and you'll have a little message. It'll ask you to type the live again, I believe. And when you do that, then you will get an alert, and just an alert message that will show you when I'm going to be live. And so I have posted it. Normally I'm live on Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and that's Central Time, because I'm in West Texas. And so I don't know what that would be for where you are, but you can figure out the time once you know that it is Central. So I thank y'all for doing that. So go ahead and type in the live, and y'all let me know if it works, because trust me, I'm no computer whiz. Sandy and Lisa and Sandy can all attest to that. I'm not a computer whiz, so I finagled with that bot thing all afternoon trying to get it, because I was hoping to have it ready for you guys tonight, because I had told you last week that I was working on it, and I think I had a fear of getting it done. So I'm really thankful that I got as far as I did. So somebody just let me know if it works for you. Oh, I'm seeing y'all are typing in too. Thank y'all. So appreciate that. And if it doesn't connect you or doesn't give you the right answers that it's supposed to, somebody let me know. And tomorrow I can see if I can't figure out what's going on and work on that. So thanks, and a shout out to Lori Jacobs, because she has been kind of giving me a lot of help and a lot of pointers on how to do some of these things on the computer that I am not really familiar with. But today I winged it on my own, so hopefully it's going to work. I'm not real sure. But we're moving right along with these little ruffles here, because This makes them go together really fast. Uh-oh, Sandy's freezing up with her computer issues over there. Okay, well, Sandy, thank you. I hope you can hang in there with us, and I know Sandy's really good about feeding any or fielding any questions and giving answers and help, because she is my a kind of craft buddy, and she helps me a lot on these lives and helps me to watch for question and answer time when I can't watch all the responses that go in. So I thank her for that, and I know she's having issues with her computer. I think she's had computer issues all day. Bless her heart. She's been working on something herself, and she's like me. We both have new laptops, and we've both been struggling. This past week, I had to actually take mine to the Geek Squad because I'm not a techie person. So I had to take mine to Geek Squad and get them to get it ready for me. My husband was really a good soul and got me a new laptop for Christmas because mine was running really slow. And so I had to get everything transferred, and then trying to get used to a new operation, a new computer and how it works, along with all the new things that I've been trying to learn on this computer, things trying to do my lives, and like the situation with the, the alert bots and all those things. And, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. And, we all get kind of old and set in our ways, I guess. So, anyway, we'll get there, but it's not always done overnight. So, poor Sandy, she's had issues today a whole lot. So, I hope that she doesn't get cut off from us tonight, and she'll be able to hang with us. So, is everybody ready for Christmas? I don't know, is anybody traveling? I'm not sure what all y'all are saying here. And what all is... Yes, Lori is amazing. She certainly is. I don't know what we do without her. Bless her heart, her expertise and her wonderful design flair and all that she does. For so many, she's got her hands in so many things, and there's just so many businesses that she has up and running. So bless her heart. She's got a lot of personal things going on right now. She's been redoing her craft room and trying to work and do lives, and so I tell you, she's got her hands full. But I'm thankful for her. Now look, we've got the bottom row all done. Don't you like the black and white? I do. I just think that is so, so pretty. Now let's just get the top in there, and then we can throw some ribbon ties on and get this thing together. I hope it's going to come out like I want it to, because like I said, I have not done one with these specific colorings before. It was just in my heart to do it, and I kept going back every time I went to my stash. I went back to black and white, black and white, and black and white. And I thought, well, you know what? I got to do something black and white. So that was a real issue. And so I didn't like just a black and white, all black and white. I had to throw a little pop of color in there. So I think it's going to be great. And we'll just see where it takes us. So it's a really fast wreath to do when you just have the ruffles, because this mesh is just wonderful. Like I said, it's 10-inch mesh cut into 30-inch pieces, and you just ruffle them up and just tie them in to each tie. And it will be nice and full. For if you just joined us, this is a 16-inch wreath form that I used, and it did have 16 ties, which is unusual. Most of them have 18, but this one, when I counted, I always make a point to count, because I have been surprised before, because it makes a difference on how much mesh you need. I did use one full roll of the 10-inch, and I cut 4 strips off of a second roll. So I have enough left on that second roll if I wanted to do, say, maybe a centerpiece. Because you know what? A lot of people, when you're selling wreaths and people are decorating their home, they like to have maybe a wreath and a centerpiece to match. Sometimes it's for their, like, maybe dining room or something, and they would have them in the same room. And sometimes it might be for their living room, and they put the centerpiece on a coffee table or something. So keep that in mind as you have, like, I didn't use a whole lot off of that second roll of mesh, so there would be enough that you could use to intertwine in a really pretty centerpiece, and it would be matching for the wreath. So just, you know, some people hesitate if they've got partial rolls left because they oftentimes don't know what to do with them. And we're all in the same boat. We kind of I don't want to waste this, but I've got to have enough to finish the project. So we can always just intertwine those things, and you can maybe take two colors then and mix them together with what you have left on a partial roll and make a really nice centerpiece, or maybe even a little small swag or something to go in an adjoining area or something. You can always find ways to use up that mesh. So it is a 16-inch frame and 30-inch ruffles. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. A 16-inch frame, and I'm doing 30-inch pieces that I cut, and then I'm just ruffling each of those and tying them in. And then we're going to put some ribbon tails in there and give it a little color. I'll tell you one thing that I did start to do, and I kind of changed my mind at the last, you know how us crafters are. We kind of get on one thing and then we think of something else. Or we, you know, I guess the old saying, you know, it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind, because I think we do that a lot, and especially in crafting. So what I was going to do, I'll just throw that out at you because you might want to do the same thing. And I'll show you, probably, I've got this two more ties here, and I can show you what I was going to do. Since we were going to add a little bit of red to this, and like I said, I did use the red wreath because it added just a splash of the red in the tinsel ties right here. And I figured with the what red I added with the ribbon, and then I was going to add red in another place. And what I was going to do was take another roll of red 10-inch mesh, and I was just going to cut a few pieces, same 30 inches, and I was just going to space them around on top of the black and white, but not in every one, just in one, or like maybe 3 or 4 on the bottom and maybe 3 on the top, just to give it that extra splash of red. And I thought that would be a great idea, but I thought, you know what? I've got the red coming out in the ribbon tails, and I've got the red coming out in the sign, and I didn't want it to be more red than I did black and white. I wanted the black and white to be the main color. So that's what I did, but that was my thought all week long, that was what I was going to do. And when I cut everything and got ready for tonight, I changed my mind about the red 10-inch on here. But, you know, you could do that, and you could add another color just in a few places. You wouldn't do it in every tie, because that would be too much of an odd color, because you want your main color to stand out and to be your focal point. And that was the whole purpose of doing the black and white, that it would be a nice thing. And I know people actually that have like the black and white and red, or maybe grays mixed in, that have those colors in their homes, and they're gorgeous. And so I just thought just a little hint of red will make this thing just, you know, pop and stand out. And so I just wanted y'all to know that you know, would have that available to do if you wanted to. There we go. We've got it all. Look, that was fast. Isn't that going to be pretty, though? I like it. What do you guys think? You like it so far? And see the tinsel, the red pencil form is done in the tinsel, which makes it wonderful because it gives it a little bit of shine, and you just see little hints of it sparkling everywhere. So I think that's great. All right. Trisha, hello. Yay. Trisha sells paparazzi jewelry. She's a friend, and she is in, oh my gosh, I'm going to get this wrong. Is it Indiana or Ohio? Somewhere right in there, I know. Thank you for joining, Trisha. Appreciate that. Rhonda Rowe. Oh, her and her husband own a restaurant here in town. We had our Christmas party there at their restaurant last night, and it was awesome food. We all had such a blast and such a fun time. Hi, Mary Jo. Oh, thank you, Mary Jo. Appreciate that so much. Indiana. Got it right, Trisha. Yay. Good. I'm glad y'all are jumping on with me. Wonderful. Wonderful to see you. We're just having some fun with some New Year's colors and things that are going on here. This is such a soft feeling mesh. I just love it. Love it, love it. Let's get our ribbon tails out now and add them in. And we're going to, like I said, for those that just joined us, I cut these 12 inches. 12 inches, and there's 16 ties on here, so I have 16 of these and 16 of these. I decided I want a little pop of red, so we've got the black and white polka dots, which are always great, and I think it goes good with the black and white check. And I normally would use 3 colors of some kind in my wreath. I had a third one out, but I decided that last minute, changed my mind. Y'all know how it goes. And I'm just going to use the 2. And we're going to just put them together. And what we do, we just I'm going to lay the red one on top so it pops. And we're going to fold that up, just hold it in our hands, fold it up, kind of crease it in the center. I'll open it back up, and then we're just going to, almost like an accordion, just pinch it together. And then I'm going to just curve these around so they will kind of stand out. We're just pinching it in the middle, and we're going to go back. I'm going to go to the bottom and start. And you don't have to open these ties up. You can just lay them in there and give them 2 or 3 twists. If you were going to put something else in there, you wouldn't give them as many twists. But that's all that I'm going to put in this one. I might change my mind again, because I have some beautiful black and white tubing over here that I've been dying to use. And I thought, well, I could put it in there. And you will want to leave some room on your end of your ties if you're going to add anything else like the tubing, or, you may have some ornaments or something that you wanted to put in there. But we just fold these up. We pinch them in the middle and just like accordion fold them together. And then we just tie them in just like we did our ruffles. We just go back to where we were on the bottom, and we just tie them in and make sure they're secured by tying them at least 2 or 3 rounds. And then we like to just pull the ribbons and make sure that they are separated, because you want them to show up. And you can jerk on them and pull on them a little bit just to make sure they're kind of curved out. Let you see what that's looking like. See the little bit pop of red? Isn't that going to make a great look in there? I think it will. I will be really happy if this comes out good, because like I said, I have not tried this one and these colors together before. So I'm using y'all for my guinea pig tonight. How about that? So we just pinch them and we curve them and we just tie them right in here. This is going to be a fast project tonight, it looks like, because those went together really quick. And so anybody have any questions or anything? I know this is going maybe a little bit fast, and it's not anything difficult. It's very easy. If you'll look at the ends of these ribbons, I did dovetail these. And all you do is just fold them up at the ends and then fold them again and cut them from the folded side out. And that gives you a nice little dovetail right there. I think it's just a nice finished look. And I always dovetail mine. Always. There might be some that, like some of the window pane stuff, that you might not dovetail. You might just cut on an angle. But for the most part, all the ribbons always have a dovetail. Get those tied in. I love the colors too, Mary Jo. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you watched. Rhonda and David had some just absolutely wonderful food last night. We were so stuffed when we left there. And we all played games at our church party last night. It was so much fun. And I'm not even going to embarrass myself and tell y'all what I had to do, but they were picking people and choosing teams and doing different things. And of course, we had to do some crazy antics on the 12 days of Christmas. And oh my Lord, I'm glad nobody posted that on Facebook because I know I looked totally hideous, but it was so much fun. And I got to be a French hen of all things. It was funny. And we just had a blast. And I think Rich ended up being one of the 6 geese a-laying. And if y'all know my husband, that's something that he wouldn't do, is just to embarrass himself like that. But he got in the moment last night, so it was fun. It was really fun. We had a great time. Hello, Doris. Hi, Diane. Oh, I'm glad you're liking it. I hope y'all can see good. I tried to set the camera up a little bit different tonight. There's a little bit more of it coming around. As you can see, the colors pop out. I think this is just going to be cool. I'm so excited for this, because I have had this literally laying over there in front of me in the floor for about 3 weeks, because I kept saying, I want to do this black and white. I want to do this black and white. But, you know, it's kind of like an outfit. You buy a new outfit, you like it, you go and you put it on, and you might wear it one time and you really like it, and the next time you go to put it on, it just kind of ain't the outfit that's going to go for that night. It's kind of the same principle. You start with something, you look at it and you like it, and you think, well, that will work and it will look good, and then you pick it up and you put it on the table and you start putting everything together and you think, no, I don't like it, something's missing. That's what I've been doing with these colors for the last 3 weeks. They've been laying over there in the floor, waiting on me to figure out what it was I was going to do with them. So I finally, after I decided to stick a pop of red in there, I kind of liked it. And so that's where the red came from. And so I just decided that, you know, you wouldn't have to put red if you didn't want to. You could use a nice, pretty, like a turquoise blue or a lime green. Oh my gosh, would that be so pretty? I mean, it would just be, you know, whatever you're trying to match. If it's your colors, or if you have a special order or something, you know, just wing it with whatever you got. Something that would just really pop with it. And it also depends, like I said, I found that sign that I liked, but it didn't have any red on it, so I put the red on there myself. So that's what crafters do. That's just, we have fun with what we do, and I don't know if y'all are like me. The other crafters that are on here, they can tell you probably, I kind of make it up as I go along. I don't follow a path. You follow maybe a direction, and some things go together in the same way each time, but they never come out looking the same. You can look at all the wreaths hanging around my room or any other craft room of the people that are online, and I guarantee that they'll tell you the same thing. They use the same method, but they have so many made in the same method, but they all look different. So I think that's the fun part of creating, is to just see how it's going to come out. I have always been a fan of making something out of nothing. And I don't know about y'all and how you were raised or how you came up, but we didn't have a lot when I was growing up. God blessed us in many ways. We weren't rich. You know, we were just average to poor, and we had, my mom made all of my clothes when I was little, and you know, that kind of thing. And it was like you didn't get a new pair of shoes every week for every outfit and that kind of thing. You got a pair of shoes to start school with. You had old shoes that you kept to play in. You had one pair of shoes for Sunday church. And that's kind of the way it was during those years growing up. But I think you learn to appreciate what you have. And I think you learn to make something out of nothing, because I have seen my mom make something out of nothing many, many, many times, from not only from clothes, but to food and all kinds of other things, because when you have what you have, maybe you grow your own food, maybe you make your own clothes, you have to use what you have. And so I'm a firm believer in that and using what you have. And I think that's where the spirit of creativity comes in, because you can make it your way and you can make it beautiful, and you don't have to have a lot of money to do it. So I think crafters are just kind of made that way. And I know crafting things are expensive these days, to make these crafts, and that's why the prices sometimes are high when you go into the stores and see them already made. So, you know, I think it's just a wonderful thing that we can learn to do it on our own, and then we can use what we want to and to make it beautiful, because each one of us could take the same colors and the same materials that I have here tonight, and I'll guarantee you if we all made it, it would all look different, and everybody would have a different approach, and they would come out different, and they'd be beautiful. And I think that's the blessing in it all, that we have our own style. And even though we might use the same things, I know a lot of the crafters sell kits, and you can make things that they make by buying the kits, which is wonderful. But I'll guarantee you that they won't come out the same. Everybody's will look different and will have a new twist on them. So, and that's the good part about it, because it will become your own. So I hope that everybody likes watching these, and that they will, you know, learn something, and maybe take an idea that I have and maybe turn it into something better than what I'm doing, and just make it your own. So you never know what you might create. I know I've watched a lot of people's lives and watched a lot of the materials they use, and it will just, something will spark in me that I'll find a new way to do something, and I'll go find the materials, and just, it will be a new creation. So that's the fun of crafting. So what are y'all doing on here? Where do I buy my products? Well, Mary Jo, pretty much everywhere and anywhere. I do a lot. Now, as a crafter, of course, you really want to buy wholesale if you're in business at all, because you can get better deals on wholesale. But if you're not wholesale, you can buy Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I do buy those from those places. I buy a lot from Craft Outlet. There's just all kinds of different places. Wherever I can find something that I'm looking for, something I like, and wherever I can find the best deals. And so my ribbons that I'm using tonight came from Craft Outlet. The forms you can buy from Hobby Lobby does not carry much of these forms. You might find one or two colors at Hobby Lobby, but pretty much the work forms and the different colors, I always order them from a craft store. So Hobby Lobby is where I got my sign that I showed you earlier tonight. That's where I got the sign, and then I added something to it. And so the mesh, I do believe, did come from Hobby Lobby, if I can remember correctly. Although I will say that Craft Outlet has this mesh as well, and it was 10-inch mesh. And so I just buy from wherever the mood strikes me at the moment. If I'm looking for something particular, and I go Google it, or I look on my craft sites and see who has it, and that's where I go. So I'm not locked into any one place, or, I think all crafters are that way. We just go and find the best deals. And sometimes your area will kind of depict where you buy. If you have a wholesale license, like most of us do, and a retail license, then we usually buy more from the major craft places where we can get better prices and more availability. But you can find them anywhere you want. I have even used stuff from garage sales, yard sales. Sometimes you will find a lot of things that you can recreate or redo, or brand new things even at the yard sales that people, don't want or get rid of, and you can find things. Sometimes people used to be in the craft business and maybe got out. So you can find all kinds of things at yard sales and things. Well, look there. We've made it all the way around. Look at all the beautiful colors. Don't you love it? I just love it. That pop of red just put the whole life into that wreath, I do believe. And I like that. What do you guys think? Y'all liking that? Let's see here. Who's with us? Hi, Dee Dee. Yes, Craft Outlet has free shipping over a certain price, and a lot of your other places do as well. Dollar Tree, yes, you can order from DollarTree.com. You can order by cases if you're a crafter. You can find some good deals there if you have certain things that you need or looking for. Oh, thank you for all the hearts. I think that's wonderful. Yes, yes, thank you. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. I appreciate that. Well, we've got those on there. Now, it is time to make a bow and to put our sign on there. For those of you who joined us late, here's our sign. It did come from Hobby Lobby. I have already attached with the little sticky cable mounts, and I put some of my wire ties or my chenille stems in the back so we can attach our sign on here. And this sign came from Hobby Lobby, but it did not have the red on it. I just... you know, being a crafty person that I am, I have to change things. And I wanted that pop of red, and it was too dull with the black and white. I took my paint pen, and I just outlined the word mountain in the red. So we have that pop of color to come out in our sign. And that's what ended up just making me do this red and white ribbon and putting the red in here so we would have that little touch of red, just enough to make it stand out, but not to overpower the black and white. So that's where all that came from. And very easy to do, just very quick and easy. And you can just put your own touch on that. So I think that's great. And we're going to use the same ribbons that we used on the wreath to make us a bow. But I told you earlier that I was going to add one more ribbon, which I almost added in the wreath. And I changed my mind. Thank you guys for all the hearts. That's really nice. And I appreciate y'all sharing my video tonight. So if you would do that and like my page at Rita's Wreath Barn. And for anyone that came in late, I do have the alert set up. My bot alert now, my messenger is set up. I just did that today. So if you would type in the comments and put the word live in there, then it will, the messenger would come back to you, or would open up, and you just click on the get started button and type in the live. And then you will be notified anytime that I'm going live. You will get the broadcast and the notice for it. So thank y'all for doing that. And if y'all do that and for some reason it's not working, that's because I'm not technology smart. So I'm the one that set it up today by myself. So I'm just thankful I got that far, so I hope it works. And so if you didn't get it and it doesn't work, please leave me a message in the comments, and so I'll know to go in there and check it and work on it tomorrow. I may have to call for help if it doesn't work. So, but anyway, I thank y'all for doing that. We're going to make a bow here and put a pretty bow in here. And we're going to use the same colors, but I want a little extra something in there. So this is the one that we're going to use. And we're going to add that to what we already have that we put on. See that little kind of a different look. Look at just changing that bow, what it will add, just a touch, another touch to separate the bow. So it won't blend in with the wreath and it will stand out. So that's what we're going to do. And I also I picked out of my stash, I think these flowers were bushes that I got from Hobby Lobby and I just cut them up. But anyway, I got a red and a white and a black. And we may add those or glue them on at the end once I get the sign and the bow on, because I thought it would just be one more little touch to put the color in there and give it another focal point. So we will see when we get to the end. You know how I am, and y'all know that y'all do the same thing, so don't judge. when you get it done and then you say, well, I'm not sure if I'm done yet. I'm not sure if I want something else in there. You just, sometimes as crafters, we don't know when to leave it alone. And so let me get my bow maker here. We're going to use the Easy Bow tonight. I, for one, like the Easy Bow. Just hey, basically because it's easy. And I do have a bow dabber. I do use it quite a bit. I used to make all my bows by hand. I have a problem with this left hand right here, especially in my thumb area, and holding that and working it to do so many of them like I do. It's really hard on me anymore. Twisting all these things sometimes is a real hindrance, but you know, when we get to that stage, we got to do what we got to do, and we change things up and do it the easiest way we can. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we're going to start in the background with our 2.5-inch ribbon right here, and see how long we want our tails. If we want like an 8-inch tail, I probably am going to go a little bit longer, maybe 10-inch. So I'm measuring right here because it has numbers on here, so I'm going a couple of inches extra. Putting it right down in here, and we want to make sure that we twist it. We can put our tail down in the front. We twist it here because this is a one-sided ribbon, not a two-sided. So we twist it and we bring it back through to make our loop. And I believe I'm going to make these at 6 inches. And so I have a measure that's on here for the easy bow at 6 inches. So that's what I will do. I'm going to twist it again and make the other side of my loop. And it makes it so easy because these measurements are already on here. So I just go to the 6-inch mark, and here I'm going to twist again. Okay, and let's just move these up here out of our way and kind of make it so we can know where they're supposed to go. And we make another loop. We're going to do probably 3 loops on this one. And we'll bring it back out to the 6 mark again, because that's where we want to keep our size going and keep them even. So we do that and measure. And it's a good thing to have the measurements on here because it makes it so much easier than to have to measure each loop. Craziness. So I like that. And once again, measure that side at 6 and twist. And we kind of separate those into like a little X-like, okay? And it makes it easier when we get to our stopping point here, that things are already in place. One more loop at 6 inches. I don't know what y'all are talking about over there because I can't see comments, but arthritis in both, yes. How is your arm doing, by the way, Cindy? Cindy had a really bad injury on her arm, and so how is that doing, Cindy? I hope that it is better. All right, we've got 3 loops on each side. I'm not going to twist the last one. I'm just going to bring it down and cut my tail off. So I've got my little 3 going on here, and I'm pushing them all down. You see how they're laying flat? And if you can see those, that's kind of where we're at with this ribbon right now. Okay, let's just cut that one off, and we're done with him. And I'm just still going to, can't figure out, all right, y'all tell me. Should I go red on the second part? Because they're both the same size. These are 1.5. I think I'm going to go red in the middle, and then I'm going to put the new color on the outside. What do y'all think? Tell me. You want the red on the outside, or do you want the red in the middle? Y'all tell me. Still hurting. Your rotator cuff was torn. That's got to be painful. I know, the bow maker's great if you've got something going on with your hands, I'll tell you that. Because that makes it really, really hard. So, what are y'all saying? You like the red in the middle? That's what I'm thinking too. Thank you, Tricia. Red in the middle, Mary Jo says. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's not any fun to do, yeah, the red necks. It's not any fun to break a bone. I don't care how old you are. Been there, done that. All right, let's take the red in the middle. We'll measure it to this tail, and we'll do the very same thing that we just did. We're going to twist it, and we're going to make our 6-inch loop. And let's bring it out to the 6. Okay. This is a slick ribbon, so it's really hard. I'm going to have to hold it. Okay. Let's twist that one. And six-inch again. And scrunch it down. We're going to make 2 loops on this one. And make them the same size again. Okay. And last one on here, and we don't even have to twist that one now because we're done with that. Okay, scrunch it down in there and cut off our tail. From Myrtle, Mississippi. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, welcome. This is Rita's Wreath Barn, so we just welcome you to the barn. Our slogan here is that it's always feeding time at the barn, and because we like to feed your craft cravings. And I do have a craving for crafts. I love them and have done them for many years. So it's always fun. And so we're just thankful that you're here with us, all of you. And thank you for joining me and supporting me. I appreciate you sharing this video and my page for Rita's Wreath Barn. And if y'all will like that and share it to your friends, I would appreciate it. And also, I mentioned earlier, I have a brand new YouTube channel, and I've got 2 videos up on there right now. This video will be up on there hopefully tomorrow if I can get it done. If you would just look on I will pin that when I get done tonight. I will pin it on there so you will have the link. But in the meantime, you can go to my page at Rita's Wreath Barn, and it is on there. And you can see my link to my YouTube channel. And I would certainly appreciate it if y'all would share that with your friends. If you would go on there and subscribe to my channel. It is Rita's Wreath Barn. It won't show up as that. It will. You can look it up under my name, but there's a link to it. And if you will go to the link, you have to get so many subscribers on there before they will give you your actual name of your company. So I'm trying my best to get enough so they will do that really, really soon. So I would appreciate y'all subscribing to my channel. And that would be an awesome help for me. Thank y'all so much. And I will put a link on there, but you can go to my page, my business page at Rita's Wreath Barn, and find that and just click on it and just subscribe. That would be awesome. Okay, I made this last little black and white check. I made it at 5 inches rather than 6. I shortened it just a little, and I actually put 2 of those on here as well. So I have 3 on the polka dot, 2 on the red and white, and 2 on this one. Some people only put 1, and I could have done just 1, but I just decided to be different and do 2. So, you know, it's all a personal choice, and you can do whatever you like on your wreath. So now we've got all those done, and let's tie them up here. I have a zip tie, which I'm going to use, and let's see if we can separate these just a little bit more and get them in a little better place to maneuver here when we get ready to work on them. So let me get this under here, take the zip tie. I just kind of reach under the whole bow and I stick the zip tie in, and I'm just going to bring it up and zip it in there. I'm not going to tighten it totally down, just enough to get it together to pull it out of here. So we're done with that. And I make sure that this zip tie is right in the center where I had these on the bow maker. And now is the time that you would want to move any ribbon tails around that you needed to move backwards or forwards or wherever that you're going to put these little things, and just so you can handle them and maneuver them better. I like to have some back and some forward, so I kind of play with them a little bit, and while they're still in a not so tight mode right here. And you'll still do some fluffing once they're out. But that's kind of where it is now. It looks a little bit funky, but it'll be all right. Now I'm going to twist this before I tighten it to the back. I'm going to turn it over. And because we need something to attach it to the wreath by, then before I tighten this up, I'm going to slide this little chenille stem right under the zip tie and make sure it's even. So I have that done, and now we can tighten this puppy down. I can't pull with my hands, so let me get the pliers because I got to have help. And pull that tight. Yes, yes, yes. And find my cutters here and cut that off. And I think my nippers are getting dull. There you go. Okay, we've got that done. All we've got to do now is fluff it out and attach it. And I've told y'all this before. I don't have a fluff box like some do to attach these on here. And you can just hold it on a fluff box and you can just maneuver it around and jerk it around, and it's easier to do. But I learned to do this the hard way, I guess, many years ago. So I would like to have a fluff box. Right now I don't, but you know, we can all make a way. It doesn't matter. We'll have it done and we'll have it finished and it will be nice. So we'll be all right. It just takes a little bit of work, and you just maneuver these things and you just kind of jerk them around like you need to. And we'll play with it a little bit, and then we'll put it on. And of course you're gonna, as a crafter, y'all know you never get done fluffing a bow. Now there's one thing about the center, and I know y'all are probably looking at me really strange because I did not do a center loop in this bow. But you know what? You can do a center loop, and I have done them. I do from time to time. It's just that I didn't do it on this one. Some ribbons, I will say, are stiff enough that they hold up, and you don't need a center loop to cover where you have put the zip tie. Some of them are flimsy and they won't stand up, so you really do need a cover. Or unless you're going to put something, a flower or an ornament or something in the middle to where you have covered it up anyway. So it's a personal preference. You do whatever you want to do. I do them different on different wreaths, so they're not always the same. And I just kind of play with it and see what I need to do. If you really need to cover that up in the center, then you can cut off a little strip, fold it up, and just tie it around in the center so you will not see where you attach that zip tie. But right now, these ribbons are standing up nicely. They're stiff, and by the time we get them on and get them all sorted out and in their place, then you won't be able to see it. See right now how beautiful that is? Once we get it on there, you will not be able to figure it out where it is. And you know, sometimes we put leaves in there, we put flowers in there, so in the end you're not going to see it anyway. So you can use your own judgment and do what you'd like to do. And Teresa, hi, welcome. Nice to have you with us tonight. Sandy, are you still getting kicked out? Bless your heart. Sorry you're having trouble. Okay, here we go. Let's find out where we want to place our sign and our bow. Sometimes you might have a high spot and a low spot in a wreath, and you might say, aha, If I have a low spot, that's where my wreath, my bow needs to go, because it will just poof it out and make it better. Sometimes you don't have it. It just looks even and pretty all the way around. And so you just pick a spot and go. And it depends on what you're going to do with your sign, where you're going to attach it, and if you want it at the bottom, if you want it in the center. And this one's got a little bit of weight to it. It's not super heavy, but it's got a little bit of weight. Sometimes you might do it in the center and then put your bow kind of off to the side. And that may be what we do here, just because you do have a hole, and it doesn't really matter if you have a hole. Some wreaths, it looks better if you don't. Some wreaths, the shape of them and the style of them, it doesn't matter if there's a hole in it. It is a wreath. They know there's a hole in the center in a wreath, so it doesn't really matter. So y'all got some ideas tonight? Where would you like this? Do you like it in the center? I think that's going to be a good place, because kind of a low center, because it does have some weight on it. If you put it too far down, it may drag your wreath down. So I think right in there might be a good spot. What do y'all think? Anybody got some ideas out there? Y'all let me know. Thank you for sharing, Teresa. And y'all remember to just type in the word live. And my bot is hopefully working now, my little messenger bot. And it will let you know if you just follow the prompts where it says, it'll give you a message and say, get started. Click on that and just hit, type in your live. And it should connect you to my bot, which will let you know when I'm going live again. So you will always know, because I've had a lot of comments and people asking. So there you go. In the center, Dee Dee. Okay. Hi, Jan. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I think that's what we're going to do. In the center. I think you're right. I think that's a good spot for it. Okay. All righty. Let me see if I can put this down and not put it upside down, Rita. That would not be good. And you just kind of pick yourself a little spot, and you just go and put these in there and tie them down. And you want to make sure that they're tied onto a onto the frame. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't do two things at one time, y'all. Can you tell? Can you tell? Oh my goodness. Trying to find a spot for these things and get my hand in there is a trick. Oh, it's a trick. Okay. All right. I think I've got that one now. Can't see under there, so I'm losing my ties. This is always, for me, the worst part is putting these on, because I can't see what I'm doing. And you're doing it all by feel. Okay. Alrighty. If I don't lose it, I have a hold of it now. If I get these kind of tied, and then I can go back and hide them later. Okay. No, I'm going to have to turn this over because I cannot see. Okay. I'm sorry. This is terrible when you can't see. All right. Sometimes you can take them right through the mesh and they will just poke right through, especially if you're using wire. Wire pokes through through there really easy. Sometimes however, the chenille stems don't poke in as easily as the wire. So let me just twist that, and then we'll go to the other side and see. Oops, there you go. And you don't want to make it sink in and make it too tight, because then it's going to mess up your design and it's going to look like it's pressing in. You want it just enough to make it secured. just enough to make it secured. And this is always the worst one here. And sometimes you can tie them right to the ties, which I might do on this one because it doesn't want to reach. There we go. Okay. Okay. There you go. Now one more, and I think we got it. You'll have to poop these back up again because they get kind of squished in here while you're working on it, but then you can just fix them right back. So it'll be all right. The last one. This is the worst part right here. I'm all thumbs tonight. Okay, as long as I get that attached, then I can fix that later. Okay. Okay, now let's see what we got. You can manhandle these things pretty good. You just want to make sure that you fluff back out your ribbons because you don't want them squished and wrinkled in there after you've been messing with your sign. And so now I'm going to throw something out there, you guys, for these little, you know, the twist ties that were on the frame that we used to tie in our mesh. You can see these sticking up. Now, people have different preferences on them and what they do with them. Some people like to fold them down so you don't see them. In this case, however, I actually like the fact that they are sticking up because, I'll tell you why. The red is kind of what drew me to this initially, and because of that little bit of red that it kicks in there, I think it adds to the wreath itself. So I'm not going to fold mine down this time. Now, a lot of times I do, you know, just so they're not sticking up, but this time I don't mind them. So you can just make sure they're tied really well, and you know, however many number of times you need, 2 or 3 ties in there to make sure that they're secured and nothing's going to come apart, and then you're good to go. So now you'll fluff with these ribbons forever and a day because you'll keep seeing something that's not standing up right and you'll want to fix it. So that's a never-ending problem that we all do, and we'll just pull them out and make them as nice as we can, because the sign is going to mash them down a little bit, but it's not a big deal. We just come back and we fluff them out, and there you go. Okay, now for the bow. And then we're about done here. Alrighty, so here's what we got so far. There's what we got. And so now the bow placement, and I'm going to have to stand up, you guys. Pardon me if I go out of frame here. But I want to see exactly how this looks and where this needs to land. And maybe to the side a little. I don't know. Maybe here. What do you guys think? If we put it to the side or to this side? Maybe this side, huh? Does that help you guys? Can you see? All right. Y'all have been good to help me so far and give me advice. So I'm going to let y'all decide. Y'all want it right there? You want it in the middle? What do you think, guys? Somebody tell me. Okay, replying. Thank you. Thank you for helping, Sandra. Yes, the sign is a pain sometimes. Okay, Mary Jo says on the side. Tricia says the left side. On the left side. All right, now I'm going to have to decipher which is the left side for you and God, because I don't know if you guys are backwards. Are you talking about over here? Is that what y'all are saying? Is that left to y'all or is that right to y'all? Okay, and Jan says the left side. Okay, so the left seems to be the one. If I faced the wreath toward me, this would be the left side. So are we all on the right track? Okay, all right. Somebody tell me. That side there? I don't know what's left and what's right for y'all. Okay, let me just say this. This is my left hand. It might look right to y'all, I don't know. But this is my left hand. So y'all tell me if you want it. This would be my left hand. So y'all tell me my left hand or my right hand. That will be the way we decipher this, I guess. Okay. Everybody's saying yes to this side. Are we all good and on the same page here? Is everybody happy? Because, you know, sometimes we all see these things in a different way. So, okay, are we on? Okay, on your left-hand side, then I'm confused. Okay, Sandra's saying, okay, then the right. All right, I'm going to show you both ways. Here's my left. Let's go by my left and my right, because that's the only way I'm going to differentiate. This is my left hand. That's the side it would be on. Okay? From the way I'm holding it, which would actually be the right side of the front of the wreath. Okay, now if I hold it in my right hand and I put it over here like this, that would be the left side of the wreath. Everybody's laughing. Okay. All right, somebody tell me, my left hand or my right hand? This is my right hand. This over here would be my left hand. Okay. I think the lefts are winning. I don't know. To me, this looks like the low side, so to me it looks like it should go here because that's the low side of the wreath. I don't know. So, y'all help me out. Okay, I think that's it right there. Okay, this is where it's going. We just decided. I think we're about even Steven on those. So thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. So I know it's hard. And you know, I don't know why these come out left side and right side. It's all confusing on these Facebook things and they're all turned around. And I haven't figured out how to combat that yet. But, you know, we do what we do. And I gotta find a hole. I can't find a hole to get this thing in there. Oh, come on. And you kind of want to put it where it poofs up pretty good, so you want it to be on top of whatever. You don't want it to sink down in there. There you go. Okay, I think that's gonna work. And once we get the tails cut and the ribbons done, I think it will be right. Okay. Alrighty, I think we got it. Now let's shake it a little bit. Nothing's coming off, nothing's falling. Okay, there we go. Let me get the bow straightened out and the ribbon tails cut, and we're going to be in good shape here, I think. As long as we didn't hide our sign. This is such a big old bow. We might have to cut the tails a little bit shorter on this one and make sure that we can see our sign. y'all thinking about this project tonight? Did y'all like this? And you like the colors? I just thought it was cool in my own mind. You know, sometimes we can see things that other people look at and say, where did you get that idea? And sometimes, you never know, you might get a winner. I just happen to like the red and the white. And the black and the white. And then the red just seemed to just make it come alive. All right. Try to straighten out these ribbons that I squished. And we will get those straightened out here as we go. And let's see if we can't cut some ribbon right here and alrighty, let me just cut some tails off here and we'll be good. Just give them a little bit of a haircut. Speaking of haircut, which I get one of those tomorrow, I'm so excited. I need a trim. So, alright, let's get these trimmed up back here. And I think we will just about be ready to see where our flowers might need to go. And I usually don't cut any of these at the same length. I just kind of trim until I think they look right. And that's the way I do it. Y'all can do it at your own pleasure. And we always move. Let me shorten that one just a bit. And we always are maneuvering these little ribbon tails and stuff. We, as crafters, I don't think we ever get happy with them. We're always wanting to maneuver them around. So, alright, that's where we are right now. Y'all take a look at this and see what you think. Let me get it up. And of course, I will put a hanger tie on the back of this. All right, what do y'all think? We almost hit our sign there a little bit. I can fluff that out. I don't have it that tight. So, what do y'all think? Now, I've got these flowers. Let me show y'all in case you joined me late. Oh, thank you, Tricia. Thank you, Mary Jo. All right, let me show you the flowers that I had pulled out, and I've got my glue gun ready, and I thought that we might need them just added in somewhere. I got a white, a black, and a red one, and I thought we might just put an extra little touch of something on here just to bring in the colors and just to add. And I was thinking about somewhere like in a corner about like that. And I'm gonna cut these down and just use the tops of them and just glue them right in, more than likely. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it needs it? I think it will add a lot to it just to cut those. And we could do, let's see. I'm just gonna stick them here just to let you look and see what it would look like. And then they won't stay, but I can at least show you the idea of what I had somehow. And then, of course, I would cut these stems off and I would glue them in. But just kind of an idea like that. Something just along those lines. What do y'all think? Flowers, yay or nay? Okay, let's see what everybody's saying. Nice touch. Makes it pop. Yes, I think it does too. That was just in my brain with adding a little something. Sometimes you don't need all the big poofy things and the foo-foo-y things, especially on something this bold of color. But you need just the right demure little bit that's going to add that little touch of class, I think. Flowers, yes. Hi, Kathy Stevens. Welcome. Thank you for your remarks, everybody. And the hearts, how sweet. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad for the input because, like I said, you know, sometimes I come up with a plan and my plan don't always work. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to glue these, and I'm going to cut these. I'm going to cut these down or either pull the stem out, one of the two. I think I'm going to cut them because I think it's easier to get them on this way. And trying to wire those through all this, I think, will not be a good thing. Okay, there's one. And then it'll take me 2 seconds to glue these on. And I think that will really look good. Hi, Maury. How are you? Yay, Maury's with us. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Maury, you can hit live. I think I got my bot alert set up today. Yay. I tried. I hope it's working. Everybody's been trying, so I'm hoping they're having good luck with the response on it. So, okay. Y'all think the red in the middle or the white in the middle or the black? What do y'all think? I think like that. I think we'll do them that way. Okay. Just that. There you go. Okay, I think that's speaking to me now. Let me see. Let me get this black one in first because it's in the center. I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on the back of here. And that's what we're going to do. It's going down. It is going down right here. Okay. And the white one's going right beside. Y'all. Here we go. Last touch. Okay. Wiggle them around a little bit so we know that they're stuck in there really well. And let's get the pretty red one. And then we'll be done with this baby. And I will put it online. I will get it online. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or the next day, but I'll get it online with in my sales shop on Facebook. And so now let's look at our finished product and see what we have. There we go. Can everybody see? Let me stand up and hold it. It's easier. I think the flowers made a nice touch. What do you guys think? We almost hit our sign, but I can mess with that and bring it out a little bit so you can see it, because that's an important message, I think, in the sign. Climb every mountain. So we want to make sure that we do that. I'll bring the bow up just a hair as I tighten. I got to tighten that down anyway. So if I tighten that down, I think it'll be fine. So what do y'all think? There's the side. Let me tell you how big it is now that we've got it done. We started out with a 16-inch and we ended up with 24. We started with a 16-inch base and we ended up with a 24-inch project here. And once I tighten this bow down, that will lift that off the sign right there. So do y'all like that? Cool. I think it turned out pretty well for not knowing where I was going or what I was doing with this when I started. I like it. I'm happy with it. I hope you guys had a wonderful time tonight. Love the bow. Thank you, Maury. Thank you. Hi, Melba. You came in kind of late, but if you did, go ahead and type in live for Maury and Melba and those that may have come in at the end. If you type in live, then it'll go to my messenger bot, and then you just hit the get started button and type in your live, and it will let you know when I'm going live next time. I've been doing right now lives on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock Central, and that may change. I'm just trying to work out the best schedule that works out for me and everyone trying to watch. So I appreciate y'all spending time with me tonight and helping me decide what to put in this and where it should go, and hope you enjoyed the colors and the idea. And I hope it'll be just something that will brighten up your new year and a fresh look and a fresh start and something different from all the Christmas things that we've all been doing. So thank y'all for sharing And thank y'all for liking my page at Rita's Wreath Barn. And please go to my page at Rita's Wreath Barn and not only like it, but also there's a link there to my new YouTube channel, which I have videos up there now. And I will put this one on there as well. And so I appreciate it if you will go and click the subscribe button to that. It would really help me. And I'm trying to get some followers on there since it's a brand new channel. So I thank y'all for that. I am, when we get done here, I am going to pin that to this video. I will put that in there so it will be easy for y'all to just click on and then go to my channel and hit the subscribe button. So I thank y'all for that. Thank you all for joining me. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too, Mary Jo, and to all of you out there. Hope you have a wonderful, happy, and safe Merry Christmas, and I hope you and your family gatherings will have just a wonderful time of fellowship and fun, and there's always good food at this time of year. Too much of it usually, but it's fun. My husband and I are going to stay here. We're not going to be traveling. We'll be by ourselves. That's usually kind of the way it is. We don't have kids, so it's usually just us since we're out here and we don't have family out here. So, but anyway, it'll be a quiet time for us, but it's still a fun time, and my husband gets to be off for a few days, so that's great. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and if not before, I shall see you guys next Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you watching. I appreciate your likes and your sharing of my page and my channel and subscribing. I thank you for that, and I love and appreciate you and wish you all a Merry Christmas, and remember to keep crafting. Bye now.